Friends, I thought this shop couldn't get any better, especially seeing where it came from. But then I got some rad shop upgrades and now this shop is better than ever. So I had figured we'd show you a shop upgrade of where we're coming from. And by I say we, you're gonna see some of past Lindsay in this video. Hi. And you're gonna see some of the future shop upgraded Lindsay in this video. So without further ado, let's get into this shop upgrade. Well, the garage has gotten some fun upgrades, but the upgrades are also large upgrades, and it is taking up a lot more space than I had originally allocated. So I think we're gonna need to reassess how everything fits in here and make things move around a little bit more. That's the fun thing about having everything on wheels though. So let's see what we can do about allocating some more space in here and move some stuff around. Also, we now have the surfboard shed, so that means I can access that area over there if I take down this wall and take down the sliding door. So let's get to it. Let's start with that first and see how much space we gain and move some stuff around and go from there. Let's get to reorganizing this garage. All right, I picked up one of these wall cabinets from Harbor Freight to install on that back wall there to match these ones here. So let's get to putting this together. You know, this corner has gone through the most amount of transformations in my entire lifetime. I can remember as a kid, there was actually a window here with an obstructed view, so we ended up boxing that in. There was a full-blown huge refrigerator that took up this corner with a TV on it. And at one point when we had a pool table, there was dartboards and a cue rack on the wall. And then when I took over this garage to have it be my workshop, I built out this corner for Eric to be able to house all his surfboards to keep them clean and organized. But then he outgrew that, so then I built him a surfboard shed off the back of the garage to be able to house all of his surfboards. And then that meant that I was able to reallocate this space to be my Total Boat epoxy corner and have a dedicated corner for all of my Total Boat goods. It just makes making certain projects so easy, and just having all of my tools accessible and ready. I can grab a mixing cup, I can pump out my epoxy, stir it, pour it, and leave it over here so that it stays clean from the rest of the shop. I have all of my epoxies up here neatly stored away. This corner makes me so happy, and when I had first designed the garage, I didn't imagine that this is what this corner would look like, but now I couldn't see it not looking like this. Oh, it makes me so happy. All right, let's move to another portion of the garage. Okay, so I'm thinking about moving the cabinets, the wall control 7 inches this way. That way I could get the bandsaw all the way against the wall, because right now it's hitting that top cabinet. I know it sounds crazy to have to take all this down for 7 inches, but it'll also give me an opportunity to go through and clean and organize a little bit more. So let's get to it. Let's move the cabinets and the wall control 7 inches that way. I think the best way about going about it is to just kind of tackle one section at a time. So I'm gonna empty that, move it 7 inches, and then just kind of truck along each piece until I'm finally there. All right, I know 7 inches doesn't seem like that much in the grand scheme of things, but it was well worth it to move all of this down 7 inches so that the bandsaw could have its dedicated place closer to the 220 outlet, closer to the dust collector, and just the flow of everything. I can open up this cabinet now. It was able to go further back against the wall. And I mean, 7 inches down on that end really didn't make that much of a difference, but down here it really did. So yes, well worth it in the end. Plus I got to do some spring cleaning of going through my cabinets, organizing things, and downsizing some of the things I didn't need. So now that we've discussed this area and the 7 inches, which was well worth it, let's keep moving forward. Let's move over to the miter saw. The miter station's this way. The miter station. This is where the miter saw was when I was a kid, this corner. And when I rebuilt the shop, it just seemed fitting to do it in the same spot, so not much has changed. But the biggest upgrade is this Festool Kapex and the CT26 dust extractor. The combination here, well, let me just say this corner has never been this clean. With the amount of wood that I cut down in this corner, this is the cleanest part of the shop, and it's definitely due to this whole setup. The laser level with the precise cuts. I'm just obsessed. I love this thing, and it just is it's unbeatable. She's my favorite. She's a workhorse and she does great. Hooked up with this bad boy. Enough said, let's keep moving forward. Okay, one of the biggest upgrades in the shop that sucks the most is this beauty right here, the Harvey's G700 dust processor. I can't believe your girl went as long as she did without having any kind of dust extraction in the shop, and the amount of mess that I was making, just having a shop vac and a leaf blower was definitely not cutting it. And then in walks this beauty and has just changed my life altogether. Where has she been all my life? It's fun because I have this little front access to be able to clean it out super easy. I also have this 3D printed elbow to be able to keep the hoses nice and clean and tight along the machine, because every inch in this shop counts and I'm not trying to trip over any hoses. I also wanted to have a seamless workbench that kept all the way across like I had had before, so I was able to find this 60-inch Husky adjustable workbench. And let me tell you, we only have about 1/4 of an inch on either side, but it slips right over the top perfectly, and I can still raise and lower it if need be, but I can also still access the clean out knobs on top. Whew, this portion of the shop, she's beautiful and definitely the cleanest area by far. So let's move on to another portion of the shop. All right, moving to the center of the shop, you know I love an armor tool workbench, and I started with the smaller 24x36 workbench, but I have now upgraded to 2 of the larger tables butted together to give myself an overall of 50x56 inches of workspace with the dog hole workbench top that works with all the different clamp systems. This is perfect for glue ups and just multiple different types of projects. You can never have enough surface space. I love this. This upgrade has always made me super happy, having extra space and storage underneath, not to mention having a dedicated vise. I have the IQ vise with all the different accessories down below. This thing has so many different possibilities, and I forgot how nice it was to have a dedicated vise in the shop. This upgrade right here, whoo, fire. All right, let's move right along. All right, let's finish off this upgraded garage with some fun decor, because you know your girl likes to throw some stuff up on the walls, especially if there's a blank one. And I happen to have a blank one with some fun decor. So let's finish this off and do something fun at the end. So I recently acquired these from a tool swap where a gentleman was getting rid of them. He didn't want them. He had acquired them and just, you know, was gonna get rid of them. So here I am, gladly took these off his hand. I'm gonna clean them up. Look how cute this one is. I'm gonna clean them up and I'm gonna display them on the back wall in the garage. Let me show you where. I think right up there would look really cool. So let's clean them up and then hang them up on the back wall in the garage. Friends, I think I might be speaking on behalf of past Lindsay, future Lindsay, and current Lindsay when I say that this garage has gone through a lot of transformations and upgrades, but this last round of upgrades is by far my favorite. I'm obsessed with having my own dedicated Total Boat epoxy corner that I can do all things epoxy. I love having dust collection throughout the shop and having open work surfaces just to do so many more fun projects together. This shop looks so good, it's so clean, and I'm so pumped on it. Thanks for sticking around. If you want to see the video where I transformed this packed garage into the workshop that it is, I'll link that video for you here. So thanks for sticking around, friends, and until next time when we do something fun together. Whew, what a day. I mean, I never thought I would see it like this. What a day. I mean, I just never thought I'd see it like this. Still got, that's the only lights that we got going on. I'm using a light over there just to keep it lit up. And that's the only tool wall left, which I'm gonna take down tomorrow. Luckily that's on wheels. So. I got the wood delivery today, which was cool for the walls and for the new beams. So we're moving forward. Progress, onward and upward.